Okay, 10 o'clock morning, minutes, 21st of March. Was I here? No. Deborah?
I'm happy with them.
Who else was here? Good. Okay, thank you. Questions? None. Questions? None. Urgents? None. Declarations? None. Report? Graham?
Morning, members. As members know, the County Council is required to have an independent remuneration panel. The panel last met in 2021, where it agreed to index link members' allowances to the employee pay award, and that was for a 2-year period. The panel would have to have met in 2023 at some point, but we brought forward a panel meeting to March this year, earlier than we would have required because of the implications of the employee pay award last year. And just to remind members that the employee pay award last year was a flat rate of £1,925 plus all spinal column points. If that had been implemented for members, it would have meant a 16.1% increase on the basic allowance. And members agreed that that was not acceptable and therefore agreed to freeze members' allowances for the period 22-23. So we therefore called the panel to discuss the issue of what we do with regard indexation in case the employers made another flat rate offer for the 23-24 pay award. Just as the panel was due to meet in March, the employers offered, again, a flat rate of £1,925. However, they also offered a percentage increase of 3.88% for those on grade 14 and above. So that got us into a position again where we needed the panel to think about how they dealt with members' allowances. So members thought about what they could do in terms of indexation of allowances, and the panel felt that there should be an indexation because, again, allowances have been frozen for members since 21-22. They considered a number of options, CPI and RPI, and as we all know, they're around about 10%, and that would have been felt for members unacceptable and would have had political consequences, I think, in terms of the public if that was given as an option. Given that the pay award had just been announced, and it hasn't been agreed, I have to say at this point, it still hasn't been agreed by the employers or the unions, the panel felt that the 3.88% was a fair reflection and therefore was going to make a recommendation to council that 3.88% be given to members for the 23-24, and if council agrees, it will be backdated to the 1st of April of this year. So that's the recommendation on basic and special responsibility allowances. The other element is that the panel can, if it does want to, can set an indexation figure for a 4-year period. The panel felt, and it's in the report, that it would like to come back in 2024 to consider indexation for future years. So the panel will reconvene probably in March, April next year to talk about the 24-25 increase going forward. The other elements that the panel discussed was travel and subsistence rates, and they felt there was no need to do any changes to those. The members' allowance scheme already takes into account the HMRC rate in terms of mileage, and has already got built in the fact that if that HMRC rate, which is 45p per mile, increases, that will also increase for members as well. The other element, as you know, is the panel has always recommended annual reports, and council in 2017 endorsed that recommendation. The panel had a review of members' annual reports and noted that for the 21-22 submission, 52 members submitted a report. The panel felt that the quality of reports is improving year by year, and they noted 1 or 2 members are doing their own templates, putting photographs in, and they felt that that was a good explanation to their constituents of what was going on. So the panel wanted to thank members for those reports. Finally, the recommendation on the report is for this committee to consider any recommendation it wishes to put forward to the County Council in response to the IRP's report. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll second. I think we've had the freeze for 1 year, and I think, I agree with these recommendations.
Tom,
It's on.
we've got no one online anyway, have we, anymore? Oh, is it? Okay, so we've moved and seconded it and all voted in favour of it. Thank you. Okay, do I have to move the formal confidential stuff, Joe? Yeah. So, do you have to read those words out, Joe, or you're not going to bother? Do you have to read the words? Am I just okay? I haven't got them. Oh, well, I'll move that then.
I'll second it.
Okay.